The automobile industry in Nigeria has experienced significant growth over the past few years, with an increasing number of new cars being imported into the country. Nigeria heavily relies on the importation of vehicles to meet its domestic demand, and the country imports vehicles from various countries, including the United States, Japan, and Europe. However, recently, some brands have gained prominence, especially from Asia.
In 2021, imports of vehicles reached around $2.3 billion, with 60% being passenger cars. Nigeria is also a significant net importer of automotive components sourced mainly from China and South Africa. Today, many have expected that the National Automotive Industry Development Plan, NAIDP 2014, would have kicked in, thereby supporting local production and assemblage of vehicles. In all this, G.A.C has taken charge to ensure it assembles its vehicles here in Nigeria. Well, joining us today on the show is Executive Director of G.A.C Motors. And of course, we are very, very excited to have him join us. Ladies and gentlemen, please, we have Jubril Arogundade, who's the Executive Director. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
First of all, I think we'll start by congratulating you on your appointment.
Thank you.
On the 1st of May, you started your new office as Executive Director. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's talk about your organization and how exactly that has it's been able to navigate the many challenges that face the automobile industry here in Nigeria. Several challenges, from inadequate infrastructure to high import duties. What would you say has been the most challenging? I know that you've had, I mean, you're just a few days as Executive Director, but you've worked, you know, in this for a while. So talk to us about what you would say has been the biggest challenge you had to deal with, and how G.A.C has been able to navigate it and continues to thrive in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here this morning. I would say, first of all, that we all understand how the economy of Nigeria is. And for you to strive as a business, you have to have more than just passion and to be able to be in the game. For G.A.C Motors, what we have done over the years is to understand that we're here to stay in Nigeria. And for a business that has long lifespan, we need to adjust as the economy adjusts. So the first challenge is the issue of importation, as you all know, the cost for clearing of the vehicles and all of that. And then moving the vehicle from the port to the factory where you do your assembly. The cost of transportation also is not determined by you, the factory owner. So the cost is determined by, you know, the economy as well. So a lot of challenges are faced, but the first area I would like to speak about is the fact that as a country, we need to understand the importance of automobile industry. For a country like Nigeria that is going through the kind of crisis we're going through now, with inflation, with everything, the automobile industry is strong enough to actually reshape Nigeria. If it's been done all over the world, it's been done in advanced countries in the world. And Nigeria also, because of our population, we have that serious advantage. So what we've done is to keep working with the economy, looking at the market, and most importantly, making sure that our buyers are very close to us, being able to provide vehicles for them, for their needs in different areas of the sector. We've almost taken over the B2B part of the business, where most of the banks now today and the blue chip company now use G.A.C as official cars. So the buying power is very low in the country. Everybody wants to afford a brand new car, but they can't buy it because of the buying power. So what we do is we bring in products that are very durable, very, very good, but the price is very affordable as well. Yeah. And that is what has kept us in the market.
Yeah, I mean, it's also actually where I was going. You know, you probably need to also expand a little bit more, because I know that for a long time, 70s, 80s, 90s, Nigerians have been used to buying Asian brands, you know, of cars, you know, Japanese and the like. So what exactly about G.A.C has, you know, given it the edge in the market? You know, why has it, you know, become the choice brand?
Okay, so G.A.C Motors is Guangzhou automobile company in China, better in Guangzhou. And we say in Nigeria that G.A.C is very indigenous, is made for more, is made for Nigeria actually. The first thing that has made G.A.C successful in Nigeria is understanding the market. When we came into the market, we didn't just come into the market to sell vehicles. We came into the market to partner with the people, understand their needs, their culture, the way they react to especially vehicle. and being able to provide them vehicles that actually meet their demand. Those are the things that we have done. But in the world today, there's an era of America, there's an era of the Europe in automobile, and also we have the era of the Japanese. And you would agree with me today that it's the era of Chinese. If you go to China today, you would see over 200 car manufacturing factories in China. And in everywhere you go is electric cars and everything. So a country like Nigeria, where we have issues with petrol, the cost of fuel and everything. So we're looking for affordable cars that are very fuel economic. So for G.A.C. Motors, our vehicles are very, very good with the Nigerian road because of the suspension. The suspension of G.A.C. is by McPherson, the #1 suspension company in the world. The body of the cars are steel, they are not plastic. They are very rugged, and they are also very techy. The interior of the car is like you're sitting in a very luxurious vehicle. Yeah. So Nigerians, you know, we like aesthetics, we like beautiful things. So the beauty, the strength of the car, and most importantly, the price. The price needs to work for you to be able to survive in Nigeria.
I'm very glad that you mentioned price, yes, because like you mentioned, the number of Nigerians who want brand new vehicles but are not able to afford it. So most then settled for either Nigerian used cars or foreign used cars, like we call them, Tokumba vehicles.
Yes.
But talk to us about the plan, you know, what currently exists within the GAC Motors group that affords Nigerians the opportunity to be able to buy new cars. Okay. For example, we see abroad where people can buy cars on mortgage, pay in bits. Is there a plan like that here in Nigeria? What exactly is GAC doing in that regard? Thank
you very much. I think about 4 years ago, we started a project called the Drive Now Pay Later. And that scheme as is changing the industry, actually. It's changing the industry, and every automobile brand in Nigeria is keying into it. So what we've done is to partner with strategic banks to provide finance for customers that want to buy the GAC car that can afford to pay 100%. And actually paying 100% for a vehicle in today's world, it's not normal. And that is only normal in Nigeria. So that anomaly, we need to look for a way to remove it and make it, you know, the business, because the business of automobile in Nigeria is quite bigger than what we are doing now. The entire country for brand new car, we are doing not more than 20,000 units in a year, where we have a population of about 200 million people, and we can do 1 million brand new car sale every year in Nigeria, becoming the African leader for automobile, and we can export to other African countries. So so what we've done is partner with those banks, and what we did differently that is making it work for us and get us the kind of mileage that we are getting now is because we've been able to not just design a product where you go into the bank and then maybe your interest rate is 33% today. We design a product where we use the cost of the vehicle to design a special bespoke product where your interest rate is reduced by almost 50% of whatever the market value is. So when you walk into a bank to buy a GAC car, instead of paying maybe 30%, you'll be paying around maybe 15, 20%, depending on that. And that has been the magic, and that's working for us. And
yeah, I mean, and this, you know, I mean, from the figures, cuts across, you know, every income level in Nigeria. Yes. And everybody, you know, should be able to afford.
Yes, because we have vehicles, you know, from the saloon and the SUV, the mini SUVs, like the Lag Ride, the 1000 car with the Lagos State government. So these vehicles are also, people use them for personal use and corporate use as well. And we're able to position them in a sense that when you want to buy a brand new car, you don't have to break the bank to buy a brand new car.
Yeah. You talked about partnering with banks. Are you also partnering with individuals?
Yes, we are. In GAC as well and CIG, what has worked for us is partnership. We believe that the new crude in business today is partnership. We've used partnership, like we started with the likes of Alhaji Dangote, where we partner with the foundation to donate cars to the police. And so we've done amazing partnership that has given us the mileage that we have today.
Yeah. I also want to talk about, you know, a concern when Nigerians see this, because I mean, this is an opportunity for you to just clarify all these things.
Yes.
When Nigerians see these type of cars and, you know, their first reaction is, oh, you know, where are the spare parts? How are we going to fix this one, you know, in this country, you know? So how has the GAC group been able to kill those fears and let you know that, you know, get a car, it is easily serviceable here in Nigeria?
Okay, so for every automobile company that survives any market, your strength has to be your after sales.
Yes.
The first sale is done by a salesman like me. The second sale is done by the after sales. So what we've done is that for every car we bring into the country, if the car is a 5 years warranty period, we also provide spares that can stay up to 5 to take care of the car in that 5 years for that one car. So for everywhere you go in Nigeria, we have an after sales facility around the country, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and then we have sub-dealers in all the 36 states. So you can service our G.A.C car as far as Jigawa State. You can service our G.A.C car as far as Nasarawa State. You can Delta State, everywhere in Nigeria. So the spare parts are readily available everywhere. And the unique thing about G.A.C is that the parts are original. So you can't go to the market and find any fake G.A.C parts, and which is one of the most important components of the automobile industry. Because when you have cars breaking down on the road because of bad parts that are used in repairing those cars, that also creates a lot of problem. You hardly see any G.A.C car broken on the road for the past 10 years we're in Nigeria. Everywhere you see a G.A.C car is looking new. And we've introduced a new system, a scheme called the swap 2 years ago, where you can bring in your old G.A.C car and take a brand new one. And so those are the kind of innovations and innovative way we are driving the market and changing the narrative, for the automobile industry.
Okay, I think that right now it's a bit of a tight time for the average Nigerian. There's a lot of tension with the rising cost in inflation, food inflation, and some would say that the economy is not as stable. Many would agree that the economy is not as stable as it should be. How would you say this is impacting the G.A.C brand, in today's reality? Has it affected business?
I think this is affecting everybody.
Yes, it is.
For an automobile brand like us, it's affecting us even hugely. But what we've done is to also look at the economy and look at the buyers and say, okay, if we don't have to make all the profit today, we just need to keep in business. So when the dollar changes, the price changes. So we do, for instance, I'll give you an example. In 2 months now, the price has changed twice for us. And when the dollar is coming down to 1,100, our price is crashing down to over 20 million less. When the dollar becomes now 1,600, our price is going up again. So it's what it is. And so we just try as much as possible to position ourselves to say we are not just doing business just for the sake of business, but we need to take care of our customers. Without them, we are nothing, right? So we need to take care of them. We need to make sure that we are positioning our price according to the actual markup that we should get, and we're able to sell at every time. And it will amaze you that even with the whole hardship this period, people prefer to buy a G.A.C car now than buying a Tokumbo. Because even the Tokumbo cars are not cheap no more.
No, they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And they are also, how you can buy a Tokumbo car and then you start repairing the cars. Almost immediately you buy the car. But with the G.A.C car, you have full 5 years warranty. You enjoy your car. Your first service is free on us.
I was about to ask about the servicing.
Your first service is free on us. We also have an SLA, both personal and corporate SLA, where you can sign with us and you don't have to think about how to repair your car. Send your driver to the workshop. They fix your car. You pay at the end of the month. So we have some very amazing features that makes us unique in the market.
The Nigerian government has also, brought up its own, automotive schemes, lately to assist the market and, of course, assist, Nigerians be able to buy, cars. Has that helped, and, of course, what would you rate, that whole process?
Yeah, so I think that it's a good initiative that the government is doing. But I would say that, the government needs to play a big more deeper role in making all of this work. Just a policy of the government can change the narrative of every business. And when we were talking about creating the auto finance scheme and creating that finance for the Nigerian populace to be able to buy brand new cars, the government need to deepen their relationship with the car manufacturers more. The players in the business, the sellers of these vehicles, understanding their actual need, understanding how to model the scheme. Because some of these projects, when you create them outside the industry,
yes,
with the understanding you have maybe from the trade ministry area, it's not enough, right? So you need to sit with the industry itself, sit with the players of the industry, and then sit with the finance guys as well. I'm talking from the central bank to the private banks as well, to be able to design really something that can work. Our credit system in Nigeria is very poor. People don't know how to take loan and pay back. easily. So we must design something that is hand-to-hand and can protect that scheme to be successful. If not, we'll just hear the scheme in the news and it won't have any effect on the business.
All right.
Well, if Portable, I bought a car from you guys, apparently they wouldn't have had...
We would have had the problems having that.
You wouldn't have had to sign that kind of agreement in the first place as well.
I'm telling you.
All right, as we wrap up the conversation, what would you say are your projections for where you want to see GAC now that you are the executive director? Where do we expect to see you in years from now, and how can people access more information about the brand?
Okay, so it's very simple for us. So G.A.C. Motors, we are looking at in a few years to become the market leader of the automobile industry in Nigeria. And not just market leader by the market share of how many vehicles we sold on the road, but market leader by the entire ecosystem of the business, from manufacturing to providing solutions to other players as well in the system. For every home that needs to use a car, a G.A.C. car must be in your fleet, and that's the vision for us. Yeah. And then also providing affordable transportation solution. The Lagrai project, the phase 2 of the project is coming up soon, and we'll be launching more cars into the market where individuals don't need to take their cars from home again. You can keep your car in the house, drive a very beautiful G.A.C. Lagrai car from your home to your work, and so change the economy, change our environment, change how people see brand new car sales, and reduce carbon emission from the used cars that are dumped here in the country, and most importantly also employ more people, more Nigerians. Our factory today, we have so many people in the factory, and about 98% of the workers in the factory are all Nigerians. And every G.A.C. car that is driven in Nigerian road is assembled here in Nigeria. And so for us in the future, we want to have a full-scale manufacturing factory where from hand to hand, everything is manufactured and is made in Nigeria.
And the cars are really attractive. Yeah, I think they've been flashing on screen lately. For those who have, I don't know where you've been, but if you haven't seen a G.A.C. car, you've been under a rock. They're really, really sleek. They're attractive. They, yeah, and of course the interior also. I don't know if we have pictures of those, but absolutely really, really beautiful cars. I also want to talk, about if you can share like a price range. Do you have a price range for some of these vehicles?
Yeah, so if not for the dollar, life would be easier. But our prices are ranged from around maybe 25 million up to 100 million. And then we have, so G.A.C. we call ourselves the king of the SUV because we have SUV for every class. So there's the mini SUV, there's a crossover SUV, there's a full-blown, and we also have an MPV. So for every vehicle need, we should be able to provide whatever you need.
Are there any doubts as to the power of these vehicles?
I think 10 years ago, when you mentioned G.A.C., and people say, what is G.A.C.? But today, when you mention G.A.C., it's a force because we have come to the industry and we have changed the narrative. And you can see the flood of Chinese vehicles, Asian vehicles that are coming to Nigeria because of the success of G.A.C.
All right. So we certainly look forward to G.A.C. being, like you said, us having everything done from start to finish here in Nigeria. But first of all, finally, I would just say congratulations. Look forward to see more opportunities for G.A.C. Look forward to see more G.A.C. cars on the way, on the roads, from the small scale to the larger scale.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.